All right, we are live. There we go. Didn't want to pick that up for some reason. So we're gonna let me pull up. I should have done this beforehand. Today's been a busy morning. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to get off, get back on. Stream's gonna be broken up throughout the day, but nothing we can do about that. It's just gonna be a busy dad day. So we'll work with what we can. Um, I think what we are going to do, we had talked about doing Dungeon of the Dead 3. And this is, I mean, you could do it two ways. I'm going to pull the map up in a second. And I need to pull up the D&D Beyond description of this thing. So let's do that. Not have it make echo, echo, echo when stuff happens. Um, but let me pull up the description, and I think I have the map because I did this in did this one in Dungeon Draft when we first got it using default assets. So down the road we might redo this one in Dungeon Draft as well. So let's see, Dungeon of the Dead 3. And let me see if we have the map actually. And we'll take a look at this. Oh my god. Allergies suck. So let's go ahead and pull up our reference map. Um, Hopefully we have it. Otherwise, I'll have to download it real quick. I tell you what, this is one thing I really like about this. If you go to share the map, which I probably will think about doing, yeah, here's our reference map. It's just a matter of, you basically copy this and it creates a long text string, and they can go ahead, pull it in, and paste that text string right into this, and it creates the map. So this is what we have. This will be a little tougher to do. I don't know if we have fountains and stuff in here. We'll take a look. But this is kind of a multi-level map. Even this bottom level where, it's the lower level. What you're looking at here is you can see the steps where it goes up to higher levels. And then there's flooded zones. So I think what we'll need to do is create the water level. And even though this shows like two sets of steps going up to this and then back down, we're going to because the water level on this can only be set to one height. So we're going to set the water level, and we're going to check and see how deep it is, and we'll drop a miniature on there. First, let's take a look at the size of this map. This one won't be as bad as some of the others, because if you look, there aren't adjacent walls. So we can probably, for this bottom part, count out our squares and build according to that. This thing on top, we're going to have to grow the bathhouse a little bit just so that it's workable. And these things, I generally feel like they're not big enough anyway. So we'll probably grow the bathhouse, and we'll keep this all as drawn, because the walls are not gonna, again, it's not gonna do anything stupid. So let's count off our squares, and we'll probably add like 10 per side just in case. So we've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62 across. So let's make it 75 across if we can. And 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So let's say 75 by 45. 75 wide, 45 high. So we need to create a new board. Pretty sure this unknown realm is a duplicate of the one that we did. We're going to end up deleting that one. I'm just going to delete it. I'm not even going to risk. So create a new board. This will be Dungeon of the Dead 3. And let's put down our base. So 75 by 45. Are there any 8x8 boards that are not grassland? I mean, I guess we could always, put that 8x8 down. But we're going to look and see. we're going to just start with this for our base. We're going to build up from here. So that gets us to 44 there, right? 44 by 32. So we need another, say 44. That'll get us to 76 wide. 76 by 44, and we'll probably take one more row across on the bottom. Make it just a little bit bigger than we said we were going to. And that'll be fine. So there's our board that we'll work with. So let's look at a descriptor. And let's actually see what this looks like. What's going on there? I know what's going on there. That right there, you know, right about here, that little black spot is my green screen. I had to adjust it this morning. And I think, there we go. I moved everything and I didn't put it back exactly where I had it. I was like, why is that showing up on the map? So this is going to be a relatively big board. Nowhere near Mad Mage level big, but a relatively big board. So this is the first thing we want to take a look at in the description of this thing. So this map has got, you know, a water level down there. So we need to figure out how deep it is. And we're going to talk about why that's kind of important. You know, people, I think a lot of DMs don't take rules into play. And, you know, I'm big on rules. It's just the way that I am. And one of the things that really kicked my players' asses in the one swamp level that they just left in Mad Mage was the fact that I had a halfling and a dwarf, and they're going through areas. You know, the halfling's at under 3 feet. He made himself this short. You know, that was his choice. And you're going through areas where the water is 4 feet deep. Number one, you're swimming all the time. And number two, you know, that water's up to your shoulders. You're fighting at disadvantage. Those are the rules, you know. And so, and nobody has water walking as a spell, so they couldn't cast it on these two and keep this shit going. And who would want to? Because, you know, you got concentration and this kind of shit going. It's just wasted spell slots. So, you know, I don't think a lot of times when people are building characters, they're looking forward to, you know, what could happen, and then they don't want to deal with the rules. So that was kind of amusing. But anyway, I digress. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to lay in Come on. What's going on here? So we're going to lay in... Damn it. I think we'll lay in this section first and then build from there. Um, and once we get this little room done, and let's look at a description on this thing. Where did I put that? Every time I move this window, this stupid thing, it'll drop everything. All right, so this is D5 is where it starts. Welcome to the dungeon. Became aware of this ancient dungeon while she was managing the city's water utilities and sewer system. She built a bathhouse to hide it. Chamber at the bottom of the staircase is empty, unlit, and flooded with foul-smelling water to 2 feet. So let's look at the dungeon features here. They're hewn from limestone, unlit unless the text states otherwise. 5-foot wide corridors throughout the dungeon have 8-foot high ceilings, so we're just going to have normal size walls. Rooms have 9-foot high ceilings, often braced with wooden beams. Each beam is a large object. Regular doors. Certain areas of the dungeon are flooded with murky water to a depth of 2 feet. So it's all 2 feet. And this is where, if we would have done something like, I'm going to open this up. Slither Swamp. If we would have done something like Slither Swamp in this level, and I'm going to bring that map picture up too. Using this software, if we would have used this, it would have, it would have created an awesome map, but it would have, we would have really had to go in, build out this level, and because let's show you this. So every place it's like this, it's a little off-colored, is flooded. And some areas are 3 feet, some are 4 feet, some are ankle deep. So we would have had to build from the deepest level up. Right here, it's 40 feet deep. So we'd have to start, I would have probably started this map there, and then, start bringing up to like this shelf where I think here it's 4 feet deep. Like in here, it's 3 feet. So you're going to have to create your tiles so that that goes up and down. Most of this level was problematic for the halfling and the dwarf because always at disadvantage because they're in, chest deep water or higher or drowning. Even the dwarf is under 4 feet tall. So half of this, he had to swim and was struggling. And that's just what happens when you make a little short, squatty character and you don't plan for levels like this. It made for some fun gaming and some frustrating gaming for them, but that's the nature of the game. They need to, your characters really need to think about this kind of shit. Am I going to be in a situation where I am at disadvantage because I am so freaking short? And characters don't think that way. Players don't think that way. But as a DM, you got to think that way. So let's take a look. This stair has 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. let's just say 10. So if we figure, is there a way to put a marker down? I bet with this I can put a marker. So we gave ourselves 10 on the side. We don't want to go out, or 5 on the side, I think. We don't want to go out farther than that. I think we're going to try to start where this is our outside corner of that room. So we need to come down. So let's say the steps will start like here on this level. And that'll be in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll start the steps like here. And then hopefully it won't go out past this over here. Those are going to be our reference points. So let's use the dungeon tiles, because this is a dungeon, right? So let's start with our steps. We need to go up, so steps, and then 1, 2, 3 blocks up. So we're going to start right there. So we need to put 1, 2, 3. And then directly above that is where the bathhouse will have the entrance coming in. So we need steps, 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 and steps. There's our entrance to the dungeon. Now, I'm thinking, because these are really rough-hewn walls, right? I'm thinking we might use like these cavern walls to, once we get down here. I mean, this we can use the dungeon walls, but I think when we get to the bottom, we're going to use those cavern walls because we're going to try to get these rooms shaped the way they're supposed to be. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to take that up one more. Let's bring that up to here. No, actually, you know what? We don't need to do that because we are going to have a level on top of that. So we're not going to do that. I already forgot that we're going to build a level on top of this. And then they're going to come down here and die. All right, so there's our entryway. We're good. All right, let's go back to this and oh, fuck. You know what we did? We're going to have to kill all of that. And I'll show you why. Because I do want to build this up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this room is going to go, let's see, this room is 3 deep. It's going to come over 2. And it's going to go over 1, 2, 3, 5. I think what we might do is lay out all these rooms and then we'll start putting the stuff in. Let's do that. And then here we've got this coming that way. And then this is a 2x3. Now, if we're being honest, let's see. Now, I think we can still do this. So you don't want the walls to infringe on that. So we're going to use this, right? The rooms will end up being just slightly bigger, but you know, like we said yesterday, bigger is better. And I know I said we might do the rooms so that they're the walls are rough hewn. We'll worry about that when we get to other sections. We don't want that little attachment thing on the floor. What do we want? I just want a 1x1 that's like that, right? Yeah. So there's that. There's that. That. See, I think this is where we're going to run into issues. See, like these walls are not going to be cooperative, are they? That one might be. See, what we're going to have are little holes and gaps if we do it like this. But we're going to see if we can make this work. I feel committed to it. I wish it would let you, split the difference there. I feel like once it's done, it'll look good, but you know, 'cause this is not supposed to be a lovely dungeon. Um, let's take a look here. I just want to place this so we can see how high the walls actually should end up being. So now we have that started. We can keep building that. Let's place our steps in here. All right, there's our entrance. Let's do this again. So that'll make a nice square zone there. Let's take a look on this side. We're going to do this. We could end up changing our mind how we want to do this thing. And I do kind of want a mix of floors in this thing. I don't want to use this. I kind of like the dungeon floors, and then we'll mix it with these cavern walls, and it should be a little more interesting. And over here, need to bring the build level up a little more. This is going to take a while to do it this way too. There is no doubt about it. We're hoping the end result is worth it. Those are angled. That's not going to work. We need something to fill this little gap here. Hey, Hello Fox, how's it going? Tell you what, did I fill it? There we go. Hey, how's it going? I am doing pretty good. Stream's gonna be busted up a little bit today. So I'm gonna have to drop my daughter off at school, which means but in like 25 minutes I'll have to get off and then get back on and then get off. It's one of those times when, I'm kind of like, well, I wish I would have let her get her license, but then I'm like, well, here's a reason I didn't let her get her license. They're just those times you got to make those dad decisions. You know what I mean? And you got to think about stuff like, is that going to cause other people to maybe have an accident they shouldn't have? And, you know, I always told my kids driving is a privilege, not a right. And I mean it. All right, so that should seal that off. They just don't like it when I give them those lectures. You know what? Tough patooties. I am liking it. I'm messing around right now, trying to figure out how I want to build this out. I mean, this is supposed to be a really shitty underground cave. It's going to be a pretty big map when we're done. So this might be a little tedious. I might do a restart and choose to do it a little differently. And it might stretch it out a little bigger than I thought I wanted it to be, but it's one of those things. I've got to I think I am going to do that though. Let's delete that shit. So I think I know what I'm going to do. We're going to make this thing bigger, because bigger is better. This is really, it's a matter of I'm sitting here, you're learning the tool, and I'm trying to figure out how to make the room's size and work the way, make it thick, the way that I want it to look. So I think even though I really wanted it to not necessarily be the cavern floors, this is a dungeon, but this dungeon is kind of all fucked up. Um, and I think that is the atmosphere that I want to convey. The only nice thing here in this dungeon is going to be the stairwell. And I think we are going to go to the other tiles and build it out that way. Um, you know, it's always one of those things where you gotta make those decisions. How do you want this thing to look? And I feel like, you know, this is one of those dungeons where it probably needs to look messed up. And the angled walls, I really wish angles were a thing. You know, for some of these straight line walls, that would make life so. Is the loot going to be nice? Probably not. I mean, let's face it, this is essentially a, you know, it's from Descent into Avernus. So it's a wizard's map, and that right there tells you that, you know, you're not looking at loot heavy, nice dungeon. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna do it that way, and then we'll need 2, 4. Yeah, I think we're gonna be happier doing it this way. Um, and the way this thing's supposed to be like a flooded out, nasty dungeon, I think this will be better. That's just my personal opinion. So that's our. So this is supposed to be a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 3 by 8. So we need that to be there. And then we need this to there. I picked this up, I want to say Friday. Yeah, I want to say I picked it up Friday. So we need that there, that there. Yeah, definitely recently. Need that there. And I think for my old man eyes, let's do this. So I'm going to do for our base building, we're going to take this stuff off. And let's get the pieces on here that will allow us to do our base layout. Then we're going to worry about these angled walls and stuff. And I tell you, what's going to throw a wrench in the works, right? Is going to be the fact that I have Mac users. they're going to throw the wrench in the works. And I know they can probably use wine or something like that, but we're not talking about tech savvy players. Yeah. I always give them a hard time for being Mac users. Always. Hmm. How do I want to do this? Because I need this to come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're trying to stay true to build. Because this is what we need. We need this here, right? And then we need this shitty little 2x3 room down here. So we need that there. Why does it do that? I think it does it to piss Dad off. All right. So I guess we can go there, there, there. Have you used this, Jesus? And what have you thought so far? Is there not a one by? I don't think there is. So that'll be a little bit problematic. Yeah, I mean, I would have. Here's the thing: if I was running this as a game, and like I said, um, my Mac users are going to be a problem. Yeah, they would all have to buy a copy. All right, so that gives that one there what I need, and then I guess what I need to do here to make this work. There are a lot of little. All right. So, I mean, I guess that'll just make an interesting turn there, right? We'll go there, there, and there. I mean, I already put up a picture from what I finished yesterday, and the players seem excited about the 3D map. Um, so I don't think it'll be an issue. The issue will be Mac players. And I guess what we'll end up doing is maybe throwing some extra wall pieces on here. You know, just to make this work nice. Gesundheit, Thor. Oh, I didn't mean to close this wall off. So directly across from here, I need this open. So that's fine. We can put that there. Well, the only thing that this, here's the thing, the only thing this really throws a wrench at you in is walls have volume. So, most of these dungeon maps that are drawn in 2D, they've just got these lines and you still have 10-foot squares. It doesn't take into account that volume. So you've got to start expanding rooms to make things work. And, that's why we had a couple of false starts when we did Elf Song Tavern. We just finished. I'll show you what we finished yesterday, real quick. What the hell just happened? Oh. So we just finished this yesterday. And, we're pretty happy with it. I think links are open right now. There we go. There's the second level. So, I mean, we're pretty happy with this map. Let's get rid of that roof. It turned out not horrible. I mean, there are assets that would be nice to have, or the ability to create some assets, but that'll come. But these rooms became bigger because of, the whole walls have volume thing. So an outdoor battle map. But this was our first build with this, and I'm not unhappy with it. I think it turned out not too bad. And it's playable. That's the important thing. Things will your guys will be able to fit in here. They'll be able to move. They'll be able to play. Um, so we just have to start working on compositing stuff together to make things look the way we want. I kind of look forward to when Tails Weaver and stuff like that happens. Yeah, there's actually a bar fight that should happen on the second floor on this one. So, but like I said, I showed this to the group and they were like, that's awesome. And fucking Mac users, they're going to be a problem, but they always are a problem. I don't know, Nerd Central, do you have any Mac users playing in your game, or, and if you do, how are they getting along? They're always my concern. You won't be friends with them. Mac user, I can't ever talk to you. Ah, if only. If only. So yeah, I know this is supposed to be a dungeon, but I feel like you look at this map. The map is drawn, so everything is like really rough hewn. Um, I feel like the cavern is going to be nicer, especially when we flood parts of this. Yeah, this is, I mean, the group I'm playing with now on Wednesdays, we played together for quite a few years now. So, I can't toss somebody over their choice of OS, no matter how much I would like to. Yeah. All right. Yeah. New group starts tonight. Yeah, I've got my game tonight, or I'd check it out. All right. I'm going to be back in about 20 minutes. I'm going to drop her off at class, and then I'll get on and work on some more of this. Um, You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put the be right back screen up. It may be there forever, but that's what we're going to do. It'll be up for about 20 minutes. We'll see you in a few. Sorry about this. We're back. What was that, about 11 minutes? So that wasn't too bad. Fortunately, where she goes to school, her college is literally like 5 minutes away. 7 if I hit a stoplight. So, you know, I wish she would just, do what we always did as kids. You would go to class, in between classes, go to the library, go to the student union, whatever, and do your reading and studying. I don't know, man. My kids drive me nuts. I admit it. All right, so this, I think what we're going to do, because this kind of, these corner pieces here kind of have a curve to them. So we're going to use it like this. It'll look like it curves like it does on the drawing without actually doing a massive curve. Now the issue will be the some of the long angled spots, but none of those are really overwhelming. So let's keep going. Let's see how this goes. So now we need from that corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do it this way. 2, 4, 6. All right, and then this. Ooh, this is gonna be okay. I know how we'll do it. This needs to go up. So it's going to go here. There's one. And how thick would you say these tiles are as far as area? Maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet. So they're going to need to step up there. So how do we want to do this? I'm thinking what we want to do is bring this up here, right? Put that there. That'll be our new elevation level. And then here, we need to go like flat here. flat there. That'll kind of bring that up there, sweeping around. So we've got what? I'm going to make sure we're getting our count right, because I don't want this to really screw with us too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 2 to the elevation change here. And that means, let's see. So that's basically that piece there. And bring that there. Let's pop it a little bit higher. And we should be able to put this here, and this will be our new build level, right? Right there. So that'll get our build level to there. I think what I want to do here, since they're kind of stepping up, is put one extra layer on top, you know, right in there, so it staggers up a little bit. I'm probably worried too much about it, but, you know, that's what I do. So we'll stagger that there and there. And that should stagger it up. And then I think what we want to do actually is have it stagger to here. On that side, since that wall is going to be adjacent to that. Which means, where's the angled wall? This one? Or is that actually a corner? That's a corner. Walls are there. I think I'm going to pull this down here too. Yeah, that's good. It's mostly good, we'll say. Then we need, this is our straight line wall. It is. So let's pull that over here. Let's merge these pieces in, like right like that. And I'm assuming and hoping that our mini will be able to walk up that. We'll test that later. But that gets us to the level up. And this is what we're looking at. So we're going to need this water level to be like that throughout this lower level of the dungeon. Because it's flooded. And that's what we're building around, is having that lower level with the flooded zones. Now I'm thinking we're going to build underneath here. Probably don't need to, but we're going to fill this in. So I don't like having that stuff floating there. I need that stuff to be solid, just to make me happy mentally. So let's take a look here and see what we need now. So we've made that turn, and starting with this square, we need to come down. I think with that square, let's double check. So we have 1, 2, and then it starts with this square. So we need to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to have a door there. For this, let's why is our build plane not coming up? We need the grid, don't we? That's why. So that's our build plane now. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now this room is technically a 3 by 3, but it's not. So first let's get our wall implanted here. And then, let's see, we'll pop it there. So that takes care of that. Now this 3 by 3 room right here is supposed to have angled walls. And that's one of the reasons I picked this for the floor plan. Because the overlap here, we have those little angled wall sections. I think they'll work okie dokie. I'm hoping. So we need, let's get this part here done. So we need one like that. One like that. And one like that. Then, now this is where it's probably going to get tricky. Then we need, is this the angled wall? It is. So this needs to sit like that. Kind of like that. Is it not going to work? I have an idea. I'm not super thrilled with this idea, but I have an idea. So we're going to put the corners in. So that's our intersection, right? That creates a 4 by 4 room, which does not float our boat. And then yeah, that's not going to cut it. We might have to just leave that as a 4 by 4 room. Or it's 3 by 3 room. Let's see if there are any other assets that possibly will give us the angle we want. I don't think there are. Unless I think I have an idea. I'm going to drop this here. I'm curious if we can do something. No, we can't. There we go. That works, huh? We can mess with it even more, adding some more assets in as we go. But that gets us our funky room. All right. So we no longer have a square room. We're happy. Break that up a little bit. These all massive. Yeah, they are. You know what? That's fine. We got our like crossroads with the angled walls. I think we're good. All right, we need our build plane back. All right, so this side from there goes 1, 2, and then drops down. And that'll be back down on the same level as that one. So I need to take a look. So what did we do? We did 1, 2, 3. We stepped it that way. So there's our base floor, and then we added 2 steps. Now the question is, I'm guessing Cavern doesn't have like steps. So we need steps back into the water zone there. And will the steps, if we place these here, that actually works. Then we need this block there. And this little zone here is going to be a weird end. Then we go here. And then this room is basically 4 by 4. Like that. And then there's an angle on that top there. And we'll build that out. Then we need this here. And then that's a 3 by 4. With a little outcropping there, where we'll need some rubble where it's collapsed. Then we need this to go across 3. Trying to do what we can to break these up as much as possible. We need this here. And then there's a secret door from here to there. So I'm thinking the corner piece needs to go. That piece needs to go. Need to do this. We need to do this. And what we're going to do is this. Gonna have to get a little creative here. To make this work. So that works. Now this is... So we need another wall here. So that works there. Then, and because this is like this weird secret zone, and basically once they find this secret door, what I'll do is pop these walls off. We need this to sit like, I'm going to say here and here. And then, yeah, my stomach is not happy. So we'll be able to pop this off. That'll show the secret door. And we can pop this off, and there's your secret door. All right. So that's got that zone. We're slowly cooking with gas. So this room needs another angled wall. This here also has some weird shit that needs to be done to it. That's pretty close to what that room's supposed to look like. Let's see, this one, I really need it to cut across here, right? From what I can see. So that gives us that angled room. That gives us that. Need something to close that up. All right, so that gives us that section there. Oh, we just fucked up. All right. Looking good so far. I'd say let's continue south. This is going to kind of dead end here. And let's get our build plane set again. G for grid. So that is our build plane. We have one here. This is a 3x3. And the 3x3 is centered. Then this steps down just a little bit, just so it can be aggravating. So we're going to drop the build plane down 1. We'll make that just a slight step down. And that'll be our level for here, because this part, even though it steps down, is not supposed to be flooded. And then see. I want to pull those steps in. What did I pull those from? That was Castle Ruins, right? Put those there. Try that again. So we need to do this. I think that gives us the indication of a little bit of steps. So that's perfect. And then that's a 3x3 again with some wrecked parts of the room. And I think what we're going to do is this to finish that off. I kind of like how it merges and makes those things look a little different. All right, so I'm going to stop it here. I'll be back on in a bit. I'm going to go pick her up, maybe eat something. Um, we'll see you probably about 30 or 40 minutes. Have a good day if we don't see you later.